playing Turdz again. I got no candidates candidates update for you. Today's an off day. I know that's what you're looking for. So what else to do? Playing Persona 5 Strikers, enjoying it. Last time I very awkwardly got around the fact that I feel like Persona 3 is a game for incels, but the others I don't feel like are, for what that's worth. Alright, so we're going. Got these two kind of opposite corners in my hand. Alright, let's look at those first, per usual. 7s to the right, 6s every other direction. Is there a fast drop-off? It's pretty steady. They can't immediately approach that 6-6 corner of mine. Can they set up against it? 4-5-6-4 would need a 6 down, which they can't have. The bottom two cards can't be set up an 8 against it. The top card needs a 5 down and needs a 5 to the left. Ooh, big double setup. That's a shame. And the last card, just for the sake of completion, doesn't need anything. So 6-6-3-4 is really good in 7 if they can't drop 1-7-5-5 and 5. That's worth keeping an eye on. That's certainly worth keeping an eye on. I kind of want to play 6-4-4-5 and 1. It's just so much easier for me to take back than it is for them. I feel like they drop off fastest going up. And 2 of their recaptures from 2, 4-3-6-6 covers really nicely. I do have a capture if needed on their other capture of 3-6-4-6. It does block 6-6-3-4 and 7 from landing well later. I also notice all their captures from 2 of a big corner and 1 have a 5 to the left, but I don't think I can punish that. They've got my 7 pretty well covered. Maybe I want to use the 5-4-6-3, but I think that's actually less redundant in my hand. I'm pretty good going left. I'm very good going up. I'm okay going down, but not great. But the only card that beats me going down 6-5-4-5 would be hard for them to use if I start in 1. Also, I'm less scared of a big setup in 5 if I start in 1, specifically because that card with its low outfacing numbers is easy for me to play next to. So we're going to go for it. We're going to go for it. I think one downside of a move like this is if they play 3-6-4-6 and 9, say. That's just generally a difficult card for me to approach. Now, I probably have a good answer in 6-1-4-7 and 8. But my point, in 6, I mean. But my point was going to be if I go in 6 and they recapture in 8, I don't have great play against stuff there, and they threaten to go 6. But I think I can just go 6, give them 8. It was sort of, if they go 8 to recapture with that 5 to the right, the only way I can capture from 7 is 6-6-3-4, and that gives them a plus or same, depending on what's still in their hand, with 6-5-4-5 or 4-5-6-4 in 4. So the 4 sort of dangling there can come back to bite me, I think. This is game 6 of our weekly. Been a really good match, I think. Minimal razzle-dazzle, but high accuracy. Which is often how I play, admittedly, but not always. I felt so creative against Delhi, and then when I checked the lines, they didn't really work too well. But still, I got to pull a 7-8-3 move order, which is not commonly in my arsenal. I'm still feeling in pretty good shape. I think it's kind of weird. I feel like I'm hitting better form coming out of the major tournament than I was throughout it. But that might just be that deep into a major tournament. Obviously, this is coming out months later, but this is shortly after Triad Wars finished. I feel all the stress of it, but I'm getting into good form, and now I don't have any stress, and I'm still in good form, and thus just feel like everything is dandy. I really like that 4366 covers all their 7s to the right. If they go 5, my first instinct was kind of go 4, and it's hard for them to go 2, but the 3646 is a problem. So if they still have the 3646 in their hand, I probably can't. Actually, 6545 and 5 is pretty annoying. I probably should have considered this more. Is it though? Maybe it isn't, because it uses all their ups. So actually, I can probably, again, 6545 and 5, or something like it, play something like 5463 and 4, force them to take 2, and whatever they put in 2, either I combo it with 4366, or more likely, if they have a 5 or 6 out, I just take with 6147, and that's safe in 3 because they've used all their ups. So they really, it's a harder, I think, to do a big setup there than it looks. Maybe there's something I'm missing that's a better setup there. But I think, you know, their bottom 2 cards are probably the things they want out of their hand. So one of those in 5, I think, makes some logical sense, but gives less combo potential. Annoyingly, it means my 5463 probably does a worse job sliding into 4, because it has to plus and flip something I'm not sure I want to flip. But I think there will be low enough combo potential I won't mind. I don't know. Where should we be in the game records? Also trying, again, this is going to be way out of date when you hear this, so I should talk about things that might be more relevant, but trying to get votes for the best matches of Triad Wars 14, and I guess this is so far after I can reveal whatever I want, but I've received 4 votes, which is, I really would have liked to hit kind of 6 plus, though I set a goal of 5, and we're almost at 5, so I hope to get 1 more before I pick a winner. But an interesting thing is, each person has identified 1 or 2 matches that were their favorite. So between the 4 people, 7 different, they have picked between them 7 different of the 5 matches. Or there have been 7 picks, right? 3 of them picked 2 as their 2 favorites. 1 of them picked 1. So there have been 7 picks between 5 matches, and every match has been picked at least once. And I think the odds of that are just fairly low in a vacuum. There have been 2 matchups that have been picked twice, and there have been 3 matchups that have been picked once each, which does suggest this was a pretty balanced field of really competitive matchups. That gives us a clear top 2, the 2 that were chosen twice, but also means there's no match that's lagging. And a bunch of people did say in the message they sent me they thought all the matches were very good. And I really was thinking of doing this for Delta Bull, for Nephilim as well, but I think Delta Bull would just win it without any competition. I think there were not near as many standouts there, and I don't have a good sense of why that is. I think some of it is random chance, some of it might have been people getting in better form as we got farther from the site starting. But I did think one thing cool about Nephilim was we got a bunch of people, or a few people at least, who haven't necessarily stuck around. And so it was nice to have people like Slash of Time in it, right? One of the legends of the game. Who may have an interview up by the time you hear this, but may not. We'll see. If not, big spoilers on impending interview. Hopefully. I haven't actually gotten responses yet, but he sounded enthused. Alright, Turdz does use his time to think. He does go 5 with the big setup. And the line I gave was nonsense because 5463 also flips 5 in this line, and so is not nearly as good as I thought. Sadly, 4366 does as well. So we probably have to set up elsewhere. but where? I think 5, 4, 6, 3, and 6 has some appeal. But honestly isn't good, I don't think. Yeah, I don't believe in it. Because I really want the game to be side to side. I mean, up, down, not side to side. Their hand is so much better side to side. Yeah. But no, this is a good move. It's a good move. Now I probably have to be careful. It's a bummer. Yeah, so my assumption of 5, 4, 6, 3, and 4 was just steamy nonsense here. Six, 1, 4, 7, and 9 gives 6, 6, 3, 4 a whole lot of squares that are pretty good. But a downside is they might get 3, 6, 4, 6 in 2. It's tricky, but maybe not impossible for me to work around. Some complicated lines there. Like, if I go 6, 1, 4, 7, and 9, and they play 3, 6, 4, 6, and 2, and I play in 4, I flip everything. But they can flip everything back, basically. They can flip everything back in 6. But then, if I still have 5, 4, 6, 3 in my hand, their only way to flip everything back was 3, 7, 4, 5. And 3, 7, 4, 5, and 6 is comboed back by 5, 4, 6, 3 in 3. I think it's going to be a tactical mess. That kind of position I just, like, assume is a tie, but conceivably isn't. I guess they have a pretty big threat of just playing 4, 5, 6, 4, and 4. That's pretty serious. But if they do that after I've gone 6, 1, 4, 7, and 9, maybe I can play a 5, 4, 6, 3, and 6. That will be safe to their hand. I'll be down 6, 4, but with pretty decent endgame sweepers. Yeah, but not good enough. 3, 6, 4, 6 lands in 2, and the 5 up doesn't help me. Alright, I don't love that. Oh, the 4 down is now safe, so maybe I want 6, 1, 7, 4, and 6. It's not safe because they have 1, 7, 5, 5, and 3. That's so ugly for me. Alright, I am not seeing things I like here. I don't like how I handled this. I thought I had 4 in this position, and I do not. As best I can tell. I play 5, 4, 6, 3, and 9. That sets up 4, 3, 6, 6 nicely. Keeps 6, 1, 4, 7 in my hand, which is probably a pretty good card here. 5, 4, 6, 3 is probably decent too. Gives them so much combo potential. They have so many more squares than me, right? Because they got to occupy 5. Just had a crazy idea, but it doesn't do what I need it to. There is 6, 6, 3, 4 in 7. little bit crazy, but it just might work. Because they don't have 8, and it's very hard for them to have 8, I think they kind of have to block 4. And when they block 4, I can play 2. Some tricks, not many. I kind of like that though. I let my time run pretty low here. But I think this is an interesting idea. I'm trying to punish their problem going up, which is a weird justification for a move in 7. But that's what I'm thinking here. Is I think if I can force them to block 4 here. Oh, but of course they've already flipped 7. So I was thinking I can go 2, and they go 3, and I go 6, and I'm safe, and they can't take an 8. But they've already taken an 8, so I don't know what I'm thinking here. This is, my brain has, gone wrong here. Alright, so 4, 5, 6, 4, and 4 is the very obvious move. Now, of course, I gave myself ways to take an 8. Any of my cards do take an 8, but not quite as cleanly as I would have liked. But I'm probably then have to play 5, 4, 6, 3, and 8. And I've kept really good left power. If they take that from 9, I have a double capture in 6, specifically with 6, 1, 4, 7. And then my 4, 3, 6, 6 kind of sweeps their hand. I saw some of these lines, but not very well. If this is a good move, I don't really deserve it except on instinct. But 4, 5, 6, 4, and 4, 5, 4, 6, 3 in 8. Afterwards, of course, if we talk about this game, I'll be like, ah, yes, I saw it all. What a genius. But no, I saw nothing. I saw little bits, but... Okay, they go... I mean, again, it sort of exploits their up weakness because they don't have good moves in 9. But, so they go 4, I go 8. They put, that makes it 5, 5, because I have the cards in 5, 7, and 8. They go 9, 6, 4 them. I take it with 6, 1, 4, 7. It's 5, 5. And 4, 3, 6, 6 does sweep them in that endgame. So with enough combo potential that I do win there, no matter which cards they've kept. So that's my trap. If they go 4 and I go 8, they can also go 2. And my point there is that 6, 1, 4, 7, and 3 is safe. But maybe that's not the right move order. Probably is, though. Now maybe I start with, I mean, it depends what they put in 2, but let's assume 3, 6, 4, 6. They're up 6, 4. I probably have nothing better than 6, 1, 4, 7, and 3. It's 5, 5, and they can block 4 and 6 and tie. So I think that's a tie. I think 4, 8, 2 is a tie. Against 4, I could also start in 2, but I don't like that as much because I think I do want 5, 4, 6, 3 out of my hand. I'm not entirely sure, but given that if they go in 2 or 8, they will likely flip 5 back, then I do want something that at least threatens 5 from the right. So high left power, which 5, 4, 6, 3 lacks. So I don't know. I think what I'm doing is I'm making the game left while keeping cards that face the left and making use for the 5, 4, 6, 3. And I am was trying to exploit their up issue after that move with a strange idea that totally forgot that if they go 4, they do flip 7. Because if they had to go block 4 but wouldn't flip 7 doing so, then I would have, I think, nice play in 2. Or at least a big threat in 2. Something scary there. Because 6147 actually controls 3 really nicely from 6, right? It can plus a 6 down, it can plus wall a 5 down. That really limits them. And that 4366 threatens the same in 8, seems good. Try to leave that open. But I think the idea just fundamentally didn't work. If they use their 4564, and I can set up... If they go 4564 and 4, there's also some chance I can play 5463 and 3, because they don't have 8, that's dead to them. And then they can't occupy 2, because if they occupy 2, I combo from 6 with 6147, and it flips everything. So I can try to make 2 a really punishable square. I think that's a really nice idea. If they go 4 and I go 5463 and 3. I think that's a really nice idea because 6 is dead to them and 8 is dead to them. And so I think that's just a really difficult position unless they have a big setup in 9. So I sort of stumbled into this, but now I think it was a great idea. I think 4564 and 4, 5463 and 3. They don't have setups in 9. I think that might win. That'd be a wild win. But they have so much side to side that if they go in 2, they can never have the 6 facing down to be safe. And they always have enough side to side that if I combo through 5, it flips so many extra things. So I think if he goes 4, 5, 6, 4, and 4, incidentally, he probably won't because Turdz, stylistically, I think, doesn't take that kind of... He takes some kind of free squares. Alright, he picks up something else. Ah, that would have been so cool, though. 4, 5, 6, 4, and 4. 5, 4, 6, 3, and 3. Hit him with the hammer. Ah, shucks. I got excited for nothing. But if they don't take it, then they don't have... If they don't take it from 4, they picked up 3, 7, 4, 5, which does not take it. So their point is they get rid of my combo square, and they have, you know, big combo energy. This probably ties. Probably ties. So the obvious move, I think, is 6, 1, 4, 7, and 4. Because anything else walks into a pretty big combo. I don't care that Microsoft Auto Update quit unexpectedly. 6, 1, 4, 7, and 4. He goes, I think, mandatorily, but maybe not even. 3, 6, 4, 6, and 2, which is safe, puts him up 6, 4. I play 4, 3, 6, 6, and 9. We have ourselves a tie. Alright, alright. But what if we go back to my old idea? Our old friend. 5, 4, 6, 3 in 3. Then 4, 3, 6, 6 has a whole bunch of squares it's good in, right? I still think they can never occupy 2, because we have 4 and they don't have 6. If they go in 4, say they do so with 4, 5, 6, 4, then I can play 4, 3, 6, 6 in 2, and my 6, 1, 4, 7 really dominates their hand. And again, they don't have 6. So I think still the move is 5, 4, 6, 3, and 3. I think it was against 4, and I think it is here. I think I just lucked into this huge setup that I did not consider. It's just a real problem. They don't have 6. If they try to go 9, I go 6, and that's fine for me because 4, 3, 6, 6 crushes that endgame. Yeah, it's fine that I flip 5 because I will necessarily combo through 5 on the last turn. So I think it's 5, 4, 6, 3, and 3. And I think I just lucked into one of the cooler games I've played recently. Really fighting over who had the combo squares, right? Because he had better play in 2 and 4, but I gave myself really good play in 8. He blocked that, and then I turned 2 and 6 into my key squares. And if this had been intentional, I think this would have been, Deli all worthy, right? Let's do it. Oh, I'm hyped. What a game. I probably should have started considering 6, 6, 3, 4, and 7 earlier, because my whole point was... What was my point? I had a point. My whole point was if they can't play 1, 7, 5, 5, and 5, then it's really good in 7. But it sort of left my vision once the game went 1, 5, because I was focused on like 9, and then I liked the look of 6, because 6 sort of tries to exploit their up-down, because 6 is hard for them to take, but it turned out they always had ways to take 6, like 1, 7, 5, 5 picks off 6s. And then I wanted 8, but I couldn't figure out what card to put in 8, because 8 makes it up-down, which is good for me, but like if I use 6, 1, 4, 7, I don't control 2 anymore. If I use 5, 4, 6, 3, I'm using a card that's strong up-down. If I use 4, 3, 6, 6, then when the left fills up, 6, 6, 3, 4 might be dead. But if I use 6, 6, 3, 4, that had some use. Where was that one's use? I forget. But that was the last one I was considering. But I thought the problem with that was if they go in 7, similar to the move order of the game, if I go 8 and they go 7, then my 6, 1, 4, 7 is kind of overworked, because it's hard for me to put anything else in 4 without flipping stuff I don't want to and being susceptible to combos, like 4, 3, 6, 6 or 5, 4, 6, 3 flips everything. So I kind of need 6, 1, 4, 7 to block out 4 in those lines, and I need 6, 1, 4, 7 to recapture in 9 if there's a 6 facing out. So I didn't like 6, 6, 3, 4, and 8, and I sort of ran out of ideas, and of course I spent the start looking at 2 and 4, but I didn't really have a way to build out safety there, so it was kind of unappealing. So ended up on this, and it makes sense, I think, that it took me a bit of time to get to, but also it should have been sort of at the forefront of my mind. And I mean, how I eventually got to it was A, I miscalculated something, but B, that it had been a move I, told myself to keep in mind based on the start. Did not see this 5, 4, 6, 3, and 3 follow up, because I never looked at 3 once they played 5 until I saw the idea against 4, where I was first looking at 2, then I realized, nah, I have to go 8. Saw they could go 2 after that, that's a tie, and started thinking, okay, do I have to occupy those squares immediately? Can I go in 3, 6, or 9? And came up with this idea. And I really like it. Really like it. Maybe he can play 1, 7, 5, 5, and 6 or something. Or 3, 6, 4, 6, and 6. No, I think I end up with 6 cards there. My point was after I take 9, he can combo back from 2, because 4, 5, 6, 4 also combos 3, so it's going to lock in 2, 3, and 6. But it doesn't lock in anything else, so I think that's a 6-4 locks. So, I think... I don't know. I think I just played a really awesome game, but I did not get there entirely intentionally. Or because you've heard me babble and just not see much to do with this in most of the lines. We can say I got here quite unintentionally. But if this is a win, I think this is one of the coolest randoms I've played. And a worthy finisher to this final. And if this isn't a win, then it's still a really cool game, and this is a just fantastic match. Oh, I'm so torn between feeling like, yes, I brought out all the fancy moves. Oh baby, I got them, and like, yeah, but I didn't intend any of them to be sick. Like, I didn't see the idea of 7 was 3. Like, no, I didn't see that. You know. Yeah. So, I don't know. I think a really good game, but a game that was better than its components, or at least my side of its components. Also, obviously, Turdz has had bad hands like every game of this match, and has done a fantastic job of making them work. Deli crushed me once early on in the return with a line like this where I played a weak corner, or he played a weak corner, I went 5, he went an adjacent corner, and everything collapsed for me in a vortex of stupid combos. Everything smart I've ever done, Deli did first like 5 times over, but shh. That's okay. I think this was all feasible just because his up weakness combined with just serious ability to make combos. Alright, so he does go 1, 7, 5, 5, and 6. Yeah, that was the best idea I came up with too. But I think I just take it. And the problem is, I get 9, and 4, 3, C, 6, 6 is going to flip some other cards. So I'm going to have 9, I'm going to have 8, I'm going to have 7, I'm going to have 1, 4, and 5. Yeah, that's enough. So I think I just go 9. I'm pleased we got to the same place on the defense though. That this was the critical try. But he flips 3 cards here and I flip 2 back. Well, this is one of my favorite games I've played in a long time. I forgot to mute. So, oh, well, that was cool. Pretty hyped. Can't complain about that. Win 1, 5, 7, 8, 3, 6, 9, 2, 4. Ooh. Alright, well, I'm really curious to check this one with the solver. So, let's put in the cards. 6, 4, 4, 5, 6, 6, 3, 4, 5, 3, 6, 4, 6, 1, 4, 7, 4, 3, 6, 6. Oh, man. It's so weird to play a game you think's just like the coolest game you've played in a long time, and also to be like, yeah, I didn't see much of it. But I saw enough. And I think I can't feel like I didn't play well here, right? I think I saw a whole chunk of useful things. Okay, we're switching over to the solver. So, okay. So I played this corner. And he played 5. And I had a bunch of ideas here. I thought this wasn't anything. It says half his moves lose. Thought this wasn't anything. It says slightly weaker. Thought this, he goes 7. That's a weird move the solver wants, but something like this I thought tied, and it does. And this is a little stronger, more moves lose, but I think the 7 idea is pretty good. If I flipped you over? Yeah. Okay, so then I came across this. Apparently dangerous starter for him. Oh. We're playing Turdz again. What's happening? Bunch of ideas here. Thought this wasn't anything. That's happened. So confused. Is it still recording? Am I playing back the recording? Sorry if this is a nightmare. I'm gonna pause. I don't know what's happening. It thinks OBS is still recording. This is so weird. Anyways, 3, 7, 4, 5, and 9, if we're still recording, which it might be. I have no idea. Is the only tie. Incredible find. Really well played the Turdz. I don't know what's happening. It thinks it's still recording. I don't know how to make it stop. This is very weird. I am very confused what's happening. I don't know if I'm live. How do I make it stop? Alright, let's see if I was right on this. Apparently a million moves win here. My first idea... No, I don't have... This card's wrong. Okay, so actually I put this in wrong. 5, 4, 6, 3 is the card. Right? Now I'm just all confused. Let's make sure. It is 5, 4, 6, 3, so I listed it wrong. Oh, I listed a card wrong. Let's say that. One moment. So I went here. Are we still recording? I don't know. How do I make it stop? I don't know. This is so weird. Okay. He went in 5. So, okay. So my ideas. I have this idea. It loses. Okay, that's believable. I had this idea. It ties. I had this idea. It ties with some pressure. Was I right? Oh, this doesn't work. Oh, because I have to set up in 3 again. Magical. But everything else is losing. So, okay. That was a better idea, but... if I go 3 immediately, they have 1 tie in 6. And if I start in 7, they have 3 ties. Okay, so actually, starting in 3 was better. They can play this to tie. They can play this to tie. Or they can play this to tie, apparently. Turdz's idea does not actually work because I go 3. So my idea was against 4, 5, 6, 4. Yeah, 3 works. Against the game move, 3 works. 3 is just a huge setup. And I should have just played 3 first. In this position, finding a move like this is just a nightmare. But maybe he would have found it because he found 1906. Alright, how can I get this recording to stop? Oh, there you are. Okay, it was still recording. You saw everything, you heard everything. I figured out how to bring it back up, and I can now, I think, end the recording with minimal panic. Fascinating game. Really lucked into that one. Pretty happy with it. Cheers.